Hi, welcome back to third grade language. We are looking at our work text, page 66, and we're reviewing and adding to our usage of commas. So today's lesson focuses on how commas are used when we are writing out the date. If you're just using obviously the day of the week by itself, we don't need commas. If you're using a month of the year by itself, we don't need a comma. Even if I said on the 28th of November, I wouldn't have to put a comma there. But when I'm listing the month, the number of the day, and the year, we need to put a comma between the number of the day and the number of the year. This helps your reader to understand that those numbers aren't just a regular number, that it's a special number, that it's the numbers in a date. Also, if you see up here, when we use the day of the week and the month of the year all together in a date, we have to put a second comma here. So there's a comma between the day of the week and the month of the year, and then there's a comma between the number of the day and the number of the year. So let's do some together here and think A. They want us to just add the necessary commas. You have May 18th, 1903. So again, following our example, the comma goes between the number of the day and the year. Number 2, we have November 23, 1961. So here we come to the number of the date, right? It's the 23rd. The year is 1961, so we want to put a comma here so everyone knows to separate those numbers. Number 3, April 11th, 2018. Here, the date is the 11th, the number of the day, so we put a comma there. Why don't you go ahead now, stop the video, pause it, and do 4 through 10 real quick on your own, and then hit play and resume. We'll go over the answers because I would say at this point you've got these down pretty well. Just watch out for the ones like that have the day of the week and the month of the year. Remember, you can look up here at the top, at the box at the top, at this example if you're not sure what to do. Okay, we're back together. We're going to go over the answers quickly. You've already finished this section, and I'll go over it quickly, and you can check your answers. If you miss something, erase and correct it as we go. Here for number 4, you should have had a comma after the 14 before the year 2019. Number 5, they added a day of the week, so we have to separate the day of the week from the month and the number of the day from the year. Number 6 is just like number 5, just different words. Separate Thursday in January and after the 1 and the year 2004. Number 7 is the same. A comma after Sunday and a comma after the 3. Number 8, comma after Thursday and a comma after the 9 before the year. Number 9, we put a comma after Saturday and a comma after the 24. And this last one only needs one comma because they don't give us the day of the week. All right, I hope that went well. We'll do some more to come in the future. The bottom section is doing the opposite of what we did yesterday, earlier in our writing lesson where we were talking about the topic sentence. Before we were adding a topic sentence. Now we're doing the concluding sentence, which is the one at the bottom. So it's kind of like a topic sentence in the fact that it gives general information about what our paragraph is about. It's kind of like just reiterating the main points of our paragraph, all those not specific details. So what they've done to help us with that is they gave us the topic sentence. Then we need to write a good concluding sentence. A lot of times, you're really using almost the same words. You're just organizing it differently because you don't want it to be exactly the same sentence. But you can I guess you can make a sentence using about the same words and just organize it a little differently. So for number 1, it says, my favorite outdoor activity is camping. So let's start our concluding sentence with camping, and that'll mix it up a little bit. Well, what about camping? Camping, if it's your favorite, you think camping is great, right? It's a lot of fun. So you could say camping is so much fun, or camping is a fun outdoor activity. I'll do camping is a fun outdoor activity. Maybe you just wanted to say camping is fun. Again, like we talked about before, there's no one right answer. There's several different possibilities that we could come up with, and they would all be perfectly fine. They would be good answers. For number 2, we should have a class pet. So you can imagine the details that would follow. You'd be listing out why we should have a class pet, and maybe what that class pet should be. So let's switch this up again and say, let's start it with a class pet or a pet. Let's do that. A pet would be great for our classroom. Remember, if you come up with a better one, and I know you can, you write your sentence here. But it has to be a complete sentence. It has to have a subject and a predicate. Starts with a capital letter and has to end with an end mark. Number 3, we're not quite to the end yet. Flamingos are interesting birds. So again, we can switch it around. We could say one of the most interesting birds is the flamingo, right? Something like that, or flamingos are wonderful. I love flamingos. I don't know. So one of the most interesting birds. You have to kind of think of it like a sandwich. You know, your topic sentence and your concluding sentences are kind of like the slices of bread. They're kind of the same, and we have different layers, different detailed sentences in the middle, building our sandwich. Is the flamingo. And I kind of ran out of room. Oh, you'll do better than I did on that, I'm sure. Okay, should have wrote smaller. Sorry about that. Let me get back up on the screen. Well, number 4, why don't you try this one on your own? It says, I have the kindest friend. Okay, you may do something like, my friend is the kindest. My friend is so nice. I have the nicest friend. I don't know, maybe I'm sure you've even thought of another one that doesn't pop to my mind. That would be great for there. I look forward to reading the sentence that you come up with for number 4. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget, we have to remember those comma rules. We'll keep practicing them, and I'll see you next time. Bye.